Oh, pretty disappointing game from our perspective. We couldn't really get up and going at all. I thought Adelaide defended us quite well, forced us through contest. I thought we had opportunities to be better and we weren't. And then they were harder and tougher than us around the ball, both at clearance and at around the ground contest. So.
What happened at the start there, in particular? Just couldn't seem to get any real momentum or
No,
clearance.
we didn't win the ball.
Yeah.
Or if we did, it was in our back line and we didn't move the ball. We came in with a heap of plans, but we weren't able to execute them, and Adelaide executed theirs far better than what we did.
How much is Adelaide doing their job well and you guys not doing?
It's hard to put a percentage on it. I thought we had opportunities to do it and we didn't. Was that because of the pressure that Adelaide created on us and forced us not to do it? I'm sure it was part of it. I thought they defended really well, extremely well. They won the ball around the ground, particularly in that first half. As I said, much better than us, and then we were able to use it better and then pin us in our back half.
4 goals 10. Do you put that down to the conditions or shots, Adelaide's pressure? What do you put that down to?
I think it's a combination of everything. I don't think it's just conditions. I thought, well, first and foremost, we generated 14 shots for the game. I mean, it's pretty ordinary. And so we need to be a fair bit better than there, and we usually are. So no need to panic, but we need to rectify that pretty quickly. Conditions were the same for both. They missed some shots too. Well, they kicked 7-10. I thought our backs held up absolutely brilliantly against their onslaught all game really. I thought they were outstanding. They gave us opportunities to stay in the game, and that's what our defence does. So we've got to be a little bit better on capitalising on their dominance by scoring a bit more.
How close was Hogan to playing?
He's pretty close. Yeah, he just pulled up a bit sore and just didn't quite get through the week. He couldn't train, so we thought more precautionary, but he would have been handy tonight, but it wasn't. He wouldn't have had a heap of opportunities out of the ball. We didn't generate enough inside 50s. Our ball use, we didn't do it well enough, and so missing people isn't the reason why we didn't win that game today. We didn't play a Giants brand of footy. That was evident for everyone to watch.
Did you feel like you were able to get your running game going a little bit in that third quarter, but just couldn't capitalise?
Oh, I thought we had moments. I thought we had moments that were really strong and looked like how we want to play, but nowhere near enough of them.
What were you guys saying at half-time about the conditions? There are a lot of errors on both sides. Was it a bit trickier out there than perhaps it...
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. I mean, we started to overuse the ball a bit in that third quarter, particularly when it started to rain. We were going away from what we want to do. We didn't trust the contest ahead of the ball. Trying to overuse the ball, and invariably Adelaide's pressure turned it over. So we've got a bit to work on. We know that, but we're still in good shape.
How much was a balance laid between trying to get some defensive half chains going, but obviously with the weather?
No, we didn't change the way we played. We wanted to play the same way the whole time. It was just a matter of, doing it. And as I said, we didn't have enough moments where we did it. We had moments in the last quarter where we could have put some pressure on, and we didn't take advantage of those, or our inside 50 kick was a little bit not to advantage, or they worked back a little bit better than us to defend it. It's a combination of everything, and so we'll review the tape pretty strongly. We'll review it with our playing group. We'll keep working on it.
Just the kicking for goal, obviously both sides had some issues, but from your perspective, was it where they were being generated, or there was a couple sort of straight in front? Sort of?
Yeah. I thought we had some shots that we should have kicked. I'm sure Nixie will sit here and say the same. I don't know why. We've been saying the same thing for a long time now, haven't we? As a competition, it hasn't really improved. We'll talk about routines and we'll talk about getting in the right mental state. I don't know if we forget to do it or sometimes you just miss. It happens. Very good.
Thanks, guys.